Right. So previous class we have seen here up to here. SQL Server supports two types of programming options. SQL Server supports we have seen. Right. One is CLR integration. Second one is T-SQL. Right. T-SQL is a default programming language, means native programming language of SQL Server to write any complex programs, uh, any complex to implement some complex business logic. Now, our team, developers team can write the programs with what? Uh, VB.NET, C#.NET, right? So the programs which are written with .NET languages are executed by CLR, Common Language Runtime, right? So as a DBA, our job is what? We need to enable this feature CLR one time. Okay, so right. Then next one say like SQL Server is a collection of four servers. Important point we have to understand. SQL Server is a collection of four servers. One is like a database engine is it, which is nothing but our SQL engine, which process the user queries. Okay, database engine is our main server, which process the user queries. Okay, then we have integration services, reporting services, analysis services. Yes, Madhu, I think, sorry for delay. Actually, some problem was there, but sure after this class I will share you. I think I'm very sorry for delay. Right, right. Uh, Right. So just say like four servers are there here as part of SQL Server. Okay, total we have four servers. Right. So one is a database engine is there. Yes. Yeah. So four servers are there here as part of SQL Server. One is database engine, which we are working regularly. We have reporting services, integration services, and analysis services. We have discussed that these reporting, analysis, integration, these are called uh, BI features, business intelligence features. Okay, but we are not working with these BI features regularly. It is our MSBI team job actually, Microsoft Business Intelligence team job actually. Okay, right. So then, so now say like here see like as a core DB remember, our job is to work with database engine only. Our job is to work with database engine only as a core DBA. Okay, right. So, uh, right. Uh, Next one, see like here, see like that is the reason while installing SQL Server, it will ask which component you want to install. Depends on that. We can mention here which component we need. Only database engine we need, or SSIS we need, SSRS we need. So those things uh, we have to they will provide us, means in the installation checklist is there, in the with the installation checklist here they will provide us very clearly. Installation checklist is there. By using the installation checklist we'll get the information which what feature should be installed. I will show you installation ticket. I will show you in the ticket they will mention completely. Right. So that is four servers are there here as part of SQL Server. Our job is to work with the database engine or database server. Right. So we have seen like previously SQL Server, this database engine has two major services, SQL Server and SQL Server Agent. We know that SQL Server is main service which process user queries, whereas SQL Server agent is for automation. Agent is for automation. Let's say we'll see this last point. We'll see installation part. We'll discuss. Right. Check here. One machine is there with the name server one. One machine is there with the name server one. So in that machines here, I have installed SQL Server two times. This is one. This is another one. Two times I have installed SQL Server. In general, remember, whenever we install SQL Server one time, we are calling it as one instance. One instance. Instance is nothing but, remember, one copy of SQL Server. One copy. Okay. So uh, just see, like, for example, let's say I will install SQL Server three times. Means we have to understand three instances. Three instances. Right. So this is like server one is there. Its name is equal to, say, this instance name is equal to system name. That's why we are calling it as default instance. Means if the server name is equal to system name, then we are calling it as default instance. This is your system name slash test is there. It is named instance. Named named instance. Like they said, two types of instances are there, default and named instances. That's why we have discussed already in one machine we can have maximum 50 instances per machine. Maximum 50 instances are allowed per machine. One default instance, remaining 49 named instances. Okay, once again, remember, default instance is not compulsory for us. We can have all the named instances maybe there. Okay, and generally this default instance is used for monitoring purpose. Right, right. Again, say like hierarchy, we have to understand here a machine can have one or more instances. Under each instance, we have databases. Okay, under database, we have a schema, under that objects. Objects are there like tables, views, stored procedures, functions. These are called here objects. Okay, right. So here see schemas are there here basically just to group the tables. To group the tables, we have schemas are there here just to group the tables. Right. For example, let's say college database is there. We can create schemas like one is hostel schema. In that we can place hostel related tables. HR schema. Okay, library schema. Just here, remember, schemas are there here just to group the tables. Just only for grouping purpose. Check here if I connect to any one instance. For example, here. In this instance, databases. Check your databases. One sample database is there. Here, AdventureWorks database is there. One sample database. Okay, AdventureWorks database is there. This AdventureWorks database consists of how the tables are there. If you see here, one is human resources dot department, DBO dot person dot production dot. These are, remember, this person, production, HR, human resources, DBO. All these are schema names. All these are schema names. Just here schema name dot table name. Schema name dot table name. This is the instance is there. Check here like SQL talk slash IT school. SQL talk slash IT school. One instance is there. Under instance, we have databases. In each database, we have like tables are there. Say like a schema name dot table name, schema name dot table name. Okay, this is the hierarchy we have to understand. This is our named instance. Actually, we have seen a system name slash name. If you see system name slash name, it is what named instance. Check here, we can see, we can check by using the command also. Select server property. Just remember, server property is a predefined function. Server property is a predefined function. Here see like one instance is there with the instance name, it is showing here IT school, for example, some instance name. This SQL talk is my system name, we have seen, slash instance name. Right. So that is like how we can check here our instance name. And once again, we have seen whenever you see here SQL Server, means remember it is database engine instance. Database engine instance. If you see what SQL Server. If you see SQL Server, it is which instance? Database engine instance. Right. Right. So that is like instance is there said like which is a collection of databases we have to understand. Understood, right? Any if any queries are there, please type immediately in the chat panel. Yeah, Rahul, Pawan. So if any queries are there, just remember instance is a separate copy of SQL Server. Means whenever I am saying SQL Server, database engine, database server, instance, all these are same. Okay, right. Right. Now let's say first we'll see installation, we'll see, then we'll continue with this again theory part. Generally, we have different types of installation options are there. Basic installation is there, plus custom installation is there. Just to start practicing, we can go with basic installation first. I will show you tomorrow again. Custom installation, I will show you again one more time. In general, remember in production environment, we have to go with custom installation. In production environment, we have to go with what? Custom installation. Okay, right. So, but here just to start practicing, I will show you basic installation. Just here go to Microsoft website. We can directly we can type SQL Server 2019 download. Remember any version we can install. It may be 2014, 2016, 2019. So anyone here SQL Server 2019. If I go to here SQL Server downloads, it is asking what do you want. You want to install on premises instance, or you want to work with cloud instance. We know that Microsoft Azure is there, one of a cloud platform, right? So yeah, we can what do you want, it is asking exactly. Right. So here see like if you see here, let's say I want to go with 2019 on-premises installation I want to do. In my laptop I want to install. Just remember basic configuration is required for us. Even like 2 GB RAM machine is there, no problem. We can install SQL Server. Even 2 GB RAM machine is there. Okay, so we'll see that in detail system requirements before custom installation. Just to start practicing, I'm showing basic installation. Just click on download here, download free trial. Just fill some information, just okay, any information. Right, right. So submit. Once we say submit, immediately it is started. Let's say we can say download now. So generally say like installer file is downloaded. By default, remember we'll get this one. We can install here enterprise evaluation AD. Actually, we have different editions are there. Editions. I think maybe you are familiar with editions means like models. In vehicles, we have seen models are there like top model, basic model, right? So same thing here. We have editions are there. Topmost edition is there here, Enterprise Edition, which supports all features of SQL Server. Topmost edition is what? Enterprise Edition, which supports all features of SQL Server. And its cost is also high. Okay, to minimize the cost means depends on the client requirements here. They can use the respective editions they can use. Depends on the client requirements. Okay, so if it is banking 24 by 7 e-commerce application, then compulsory we have to go with the enterprise edition. Okay, suppose if it is a small scale application, is there no need to purchase enterprise edition? We can go with the standard edition, which has less features, as well as say like web edition. Various editions are there: Express edition, Developer edition. Okay, Developer edition is basically for development and testing purpose. Express edition is a free edition, always free. No need to purchase, no need to take the licensing. But whenever we know that already free means what? We don't have all features. Some basic features are there. Web edition is there. Basically, it is for small websites. Small websites we have web edition, right? So like now here see like but this wizard I'm downloading actually enterprise edition only, but enterprise evaluation edition means what? It is 180 days free edition, trial edition, actually 180 days free edition. Okay, so means it has same features of enterprise edition, but it is only for testing or just verification purpose. Actually, later we can, after purchasing the license, we can convert into enterprise edition. Just remember, it has same features, but just for verifying purpose, we can evaluate the product, what features are there, then we can decide. Right. That is like Enterprise Evaluation Edition. Once it is click on this link. Now, what do you want to install? It is asking installation type, basic, custom, downloads. Here we can download the software also. In later also we can install. ISO image we can download. We can install. Custom means here also while installation it will go through one time. While installation it will go through one time. So we can mention we can do customization from here itself, but always better to download, then you can do custom installation is better. Okay, right. So that is like custom installation is it, right? So now first we'll see basic installation. I'm clicking on basic, accept. It is showing here, see, like default path, it is showing C program files, Microsoft SQL Server. Default path. We can change the path also. Always best practice, don't install SQL Server in C drive, system drive. We have to install separate drive, but let's say we'll go with the this default path. Right, basic installation, just here install. Very one, two screens are there. Okay, just say install. So first it is downloading the package, then it will start installation. It starts what? Installation. Right. So that's like once the installation is done, we have seen like database engine is installed. Later we have to install SSMS. Once we install SSMS, then we can start working. Okay, like that. That's why remember, two-step process we have to understand. Two-step process. First step is what? First step, we are installing this database engine. After that, we'll install SSMS. Then we can start working. Right. Actually, up to SQL Server 2014 version, it is single step process. We can install both the SQL database engine and database engine plus SSMS, both we can install at a time up to 2014. From 2016 onwards, it is separated from 2016 onwards. Right. So I will actually have to share you, but maybe I will share to our people. Here, see, like Azure SQL also, yeah, you can learn. I will share you the contents. I will share you. Okay, right. Check here, like we have like difference between SQL Server 2014 2016 installation. Already have written. Here we have seen up to 2014 we can install both database engine plus SSMS tool. But here in case of 2016 onwards, we have to install database engine, then tool we have to install separately. Two-step process. Why Microsoft has separated? Why? Because today they are adding so many features. They are adding regularly. They are enhancing this SSMS. That's why it is a two-step process now. Two-step process now. Right. Right. So yes, check here, like let's say installation is going on. Maybe it will finish after 2-3 minutes. Very simple steps are there here. We don't have click next, click next. So many questions are not there. Just path it was asking install. Right. Right. So installation is done. Summary it is showing. This is the instance name it is showing, sir. MS SQL Server 0202. Check here. Already in my machine SSMS is there. We can continue installation of SSMS here. Means it will navigate to Microsoft website. We can download SSMS first tool, then we can install. Right. Once both are ready, then we can start working. What features are installed? Database engine or SQL engine. See, we have not installed reporting services, integration services, analysis services. Only SQL engine I have installed. Right. So check here in my machine already SSMS is there. I will share you. Check here. I will connect now through this SSMS. Right. So check here. Now what I will do, I will click here, server name, browse for more, database engine. Here we can see at the last is here. This is my instance MS SQL Server 02. See here, instance name, right? So let's say I'm connecting to that instance, connected successfully. Now we can start working with this instance. Here SQL Server service is there, which is our main service, which process the user queries. Agent service is for automation. Automation, right? All the scheduled activities are implemented by agent service. If I say start, yes, check here. Now agent service is we have seen as a DBA 80% task schedule. Those scheduled activities are implemented by agent service. Scheduled activities. Okay, right. Right. So that's like SQL Server service is that SQL Server agent. By default, here there are no user databases. We need to create the user databases, but we have system databases are there. System databases are there. Master model, MSDB, TempDB, resource. One hidden database is there, resource database is there. Total by default, remember whenever we install SQL Server, by default 5 system databases are created by default. By default, 5 system databases are created automatically. We'll see again in detail about these databases. Just one point, remember, master database is our main database. Means total server level settings are there in master database. Means whenever we start the server, stop the server, especially when we start or restart, always it will go to master database. It will read the parameters, then the server is started. Okay, so master database is a startup database of SQL Server. Tomorrow, if this master database is corrupted, remember server cannot be started. If master database is corrupted, server cannot be started. Okay, we'll see that how we can troubleshooting problem. Troubleshooting we'll see. Okay, right. So that is like a master database is it. Model database is it. Model database is a template for new databases. Template. Template. Okay, means what? Like whenever we create a new database, with how much size it should be created. Okay, with how much size it should be created, with what settings it should be created. It depends on this model database. Just for basic understanding, if I go to model properties, here you see like go to options or files, for example, files. Just I'm changing here, see, size 80 MB. This is 80 MB. Okay. Model database properties have changed. Whenever I create a new database, automatically remember it is creating with the same size. Right. So that's why remember we have to understand model database is a template for new databases. Just don't confuse anything. Just what is what one point I'm discussing. I will discuss again in module 3 in detail. Just one point I'm discussing. Right. So next one say like MSDB database is it. MSDB maintains automation information. Microsoft scheduling database we can say total automation information is there in MSDB. Means what jobs, alerts, maintenance plan, all those automation details are there here in MSDB database. Okay, right. So here say like means we have seen a SQL Server agent service will implement automation by using information from MSDB. Important database. TempDB database is there. It maintains all the temporary objects like temporary tables, temporary stored procedures, the process of sorting, grouping, joining, reindexing, all these uses space in TempDB. All these uses is space in TempDB. Okay, that is like a TempDB database is. We'll see that generally remember TempDB is like our system's RAM, right? Whenever the machine is restarted, automatically RAM is restarted. Same thing whenever we restart SQL Server, whatever the temporary objects are there in TempDB, like temporary tables, temporary stored procedures, those are automatically cleared. Generally, see, like we can see by taking new query, server startup events, we can see observe here in error log. SP read error log, I am saying. Server startup events are there here. Server startup events. First here, always it will start with master database. Already we have seen master database maintains total server level settings. Means what? In this server, how many databases are there? Everything is there in master database. MSDB like this here one by one. But before starting TempDB, what it is doing? First, it is clearing TempDB database here. Clearing TempDB database. Once it is cleared, then the instance is started. One more database is there, hidden database is there, a resource database is there. We'll see that again. By default, we have to understand every instance has 5 system databases. Later, we can create our own databases. We can create here, like sales MC. Okay. Uh, we can create here our own databases. Let's say sales 10. Already it is there. It is saying sales 10. Okay. Check here. Database is created successfully. In that we can create the tables, we can work with the data. Basically remember this table creations, writing stored procedures, writing functions, all these are not our activities. These are our developer activities, right? We are not developers, actually we are DBAs. So that's why our job is what? Maintenance is our job. Database maintenance is our job, actually, right? So that's like yeah uh, yes uh, right. So this is just briefly what we have seen about system databases, and we have seen very simple installation. We have seen basic installation. We have seen generally after installing database engine, if you click on install SSMS, just here it will navigate to Microsoft website. Here we can download from here. See, latest version is there 18.5 it is showing. By clicking here, we can download SSMS here. After downloading, we can run the setup, right? So that is like uh, once both are ready, then we can start working. Actually here, see, it is saying connect now. Actually from command prompt also we can connect to the database engine. Okay, we can start working actually from command prompt. Right. Just remember, I have not discussed anything custom installation, just basic installation, so that you can also start practicing in your laptops. Right. So before doing custom installation, before going with custom installation, I will show you installation ticket. I will show you in real time how we'll get the ticket in real time. Okay. So how we'll get the ticket to start installation. So just I will show you one ticket. There's so many tickets are, just remember tickets are nothing but what? Email. We have to understand. Previously, see, Microsoft was providing one ticketing tool called ITSM, IT Service Management Tool previously. Now also they are providing same, but today most of the other companies as well as Microsoft is also using service now, one ticketing tool. Just here like one ticket was there here which was raised in 2014 here, almost all 5-6 years back. Change reference tickets here or change management ticket. Generally, we can't disclose like this information outside client details. Actually, this is my very old client. Just for confident to get the confident, I am showing. Actually, it is violating the company rules only if I show like this outside in the market. Just to get the confident for you, I am just showing this one, right? So check here like now. Uh, what they are asking, install SQL Server, which type of installation? Standalone installation. See here. So we need to go with what? Standalone installation, he is saying. Then we have to do standalone installations. Here in the SLA, service level agreement, we have 72 hours time is there here for this ticket. Means within 3 days, we have to complete this task within 3 days. Service level agreement. The same way like here see date and time is there, means from 16 to 19. And anytime within SLA. Anytime within SLA means what? We can finish this task today or tomorrow, anytime we can finish. But in general, remember like here we have one more option is there, plan schedule. Plan schedule means what? Like plan schedule means compulsory we have to uh, do at a specific time only. We have to perform specific time only. Means what? Let's say we have to do it today at 3 o'clock. 3 to 4, my client has accepted to do this work. Generally, we have seen, sometimes we'll see like there is no net banking between this to this. Okay, so there is no net banking from 5 to 6 due to what? Server maintenance. Generally, we have seen in case of yeah. Uh, so this is like it's why? Because we are doing in the background plan schedule within that particular time only we are doing this activity. But here, see, installation means what? Still server is not ready, right? So that's why we can do at any time within the 3 days time. In this ticket, so many pages are there. One more page is there. It is a SQL Server name, SQL version. See, 2014 they are asking to install. 2014 version. Which type of instance they are saying? Suppose if it is a named instance, in the next line they will provide the instance name. Like HDFC loans, ICICI cards, LIC loans. Like this, your instance name they will provide here if it is a named instance. Like this, say like instance, it is asking whether default or name depends on that we have to install. Then it is asking, they are saying prior notification is required. Yes, they are saying. Means what? Before starting installation. Why? Because 3 days time is there. Uh, we have decided that to install tomorrow at some time 2 o'clock afternoon. But before that, we have to install. Uh, we have to do the installation before 1 hour. We have to inform to them before installation, and which services to be installed here very clearly they are saying. In general, we have discussed just now, SQL Server is a collection of 4 servers, right? Database engine, analysis services, reporting services, integration services. But they are asking to install only database engine, AS, IS. Okay, they are not asking RS. Reporting services, they are not asking. right? So those are installation, what we need to install. Complete information will get here in the form of ticket. Some other details are there: SQL account, DBA account, something admin accounts. We'll see this again after custom installation. Okay, right. So like they say, like for any task in production environment, to whenever we need to perform any task, complete information will get. So complete information will get, depends on that information. Only we have to start working. So we can't do by our own. We can't decide by our own what should be done. What we have to do, that will get in the form of ticket. How it should perform, that we should know. Okay, how to perform we should know, but what to perform they will provide. Understood, right? Right. Right. So depends on the ticket only. That's why sometimes uh, 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 depends on the ticket only we have to start working. Right. Right. So that is how we can do the what we can say, what is the tickets here, like installation ticket, right? So that is like basic installation. Let's we'll continue. Before doing custom installation, we'll discuss some more points here. Then we'll see the custom installation. Right. Check here. Already we have seen instances, two types of instances. We have seen default and named instances. We have discussed. Right, default instance name is equal to system name, whereas named instance name is equal to system name. Right. Check here like instance summary. uh, One point we have to check here: default instance service name is here MS SQL server. Always remember, default instance service name is what? MS SQL server. Okay, right. So that's we have to understand here, like default instance name is equal to system name, but its service name is MS SQL server actually. Whereas named instance is there, where its name dash we have seen no instance name. Right. Instance summary is here, very very important point. Already we have discussed this one just now. Every instance, every instance has four major components. We have to understand. Every instance has four major components. One is that every instance has its own services. Every instance has its own folders. Every instance has its own system databases and its own error logs. Error logs here. These are the four major components are there with every instance, which we need to work with as a DBA. Okay, which we need to work with as a DBA. Right. So check here, like every instance has its own services. Previously also we have seen SQL Server and SQL Server agent are our main services. SQL Server and SQL Server agent are our main services. Okay, so check here, like we have seen already, SQL Server service is there which process the user queries. Agent is there for automation purpose. We have seen all the scheduled activities are implemented by agent service. Right. Then sir, every instance has its own folders. In general, say like whenever we install SQL Server, automatically some folders are created, or we can check here, see in which path this instance is there. We can check here, see by taking instance properties, root directory. Instance properties, root directory. In this path, we can check here. If I go to this path, we can see all the folders related to this instance. Go to run, paste, OK. See here, 6 folders are there here by default. Actually, if I go with custom installation, automatically 8 folders are created. With basic installations here, 6 folders are there with basic installation. Just we'll see one by one. Backup is a default folder for backups. Means what? Whenever we take backup of database without mentioning complete path, by default those backups are generated into this backup folder. For example, here just backup database name to disk is equal to just file name. You forget about this. What is this command? Later we'll see. Means what? This database master database backup I am taking into this file. If I run this command, but here see, I have not mentioned complete path, right? That's why by default this file is generated into this folder, backup folder. See here. Right. So that's like a default folder for backup actually. We can customize also, we'll see again. Bin and installs here. Bin and install are called binaries folders. Instance binaries folder. These are our main folders of instance. Means what? In bin folder, all the logic is there, all the exe and DLL files are there. Means what? Whenever we submit the query, how the query processing should be done, those logics are there here in bin folder. Bin folder, binaries folder actually. We are not going to touch this folder. Install folder also has some installation scripts. In general, say like tomorrow, if I uninstall this instance, only these 2 folders are deleted. Remaining folders are maintained as it is. Once your data folder is there, another important folder. It has all the database files. All the database files are there here. See in data folder. Every database we have seen 2 types of files are there in every database: data file and transaction log file. Data files and transaction log files are there in every database. Suppose just now I have created one database, right? Sales database. Generally, it's here sales data file, sales log files here. 2 folders are created automatically. Okay, sales data file, sales log file. Like this, like by default location for database files is what? Data folder. But while creating, we can change the path also. No need to use compulsory this folder. We have to understand this is the default folder. Then install folder, we have seen installation scripts are there. We'll see again. Jobs folders here maintains jobs. Actually, for jobs are required for automation. We'll see again. Log folder is there. It has all the error logs. Log folder maintains what? All the error logs. Right. So this means like error logs are important for us. We have discussed now already. Anything happen in SQL Server, we have to check in these logs. Basically, in the current log, first log, we have to check if anything happen. Right. So that is like a log folder is there. Suppose tomorrow, if you are unable to start the server, what is the exact reason? We have to check in the error log. Okay, so that's a remember like error log maintains all the errors, and 100% errors are total errors are recorded here. Some information is also recorded into error logs. Some information is also recorded. We can open here directly error log into with notepad. We can check here. See here. It is showing that we have restarted the server at this time. Right. So all the details it is showing step by step. Just now we have taken backup, right? It is showing database backup. Means actually it is error logs here. Errors plus information is recorded here. So that's very important for us. Why? Because already we have seen our job is troubleshooting. As part of troubleshooting, compulsory we have to work with these error logs. Compulsory, right? Compulsory we have to work with what? Error logs as part of troubleshooting, right? So that is like different folders are there. Generally, if I go with custom installation, one more folder is created, REPL data and FT data. Two more folders are created. If I go with what? Custom installation. Right, total 8 folders are created if I go with the custom installation. Right. So next one, see like every instance has its own system databases we have discussed. Master is our main database, which is a startup database of SQL Server. MSDB maintains automation information. Model is a template for new databases. TempDB maintains all the temporary objects. Resource database is there, which is a hidden database. It is for patching purpose. We'll see in module 3 again in detail. Then every instance has here its own error logs. This is called current log. We have seen just now to check the errors. Error logs are important for us. These are see like four major components are there. Every instance has four major components which we have to work with as a DBA. The last points here before going with custom installation, what are the prerequisites are there here? System and software requirements, hardware and software requirements. OS here like Windows 2016 or higher. If want to go with 2019, SQL Server 2019, but if it is SQL Server 2017, 2016, 2014, 2012, we can use the Windows Server 2012 also we can use. But in general, for practicing purpose, we know that we can install in Windows 10. Also, we can install for practice purpose. This is for what? Practice purpose. Okay, so that's like for practicing purpose, like we can use this here like Windows 10 in our laptops we can practice, but remember in production environment compulsory it is Windows Server OS, or we have seen from 2017 onwards it works in Linux also we can install. Then memory share like at least 4 GB is required for 2019 I am saying. CPU speeds here 2 gigahertz. 2.0 gigahertz, that is very common for most of the softwares. We have like every laptop has 2.7, 2.8 gigahertz today, 2 gigahertz here. CPU capacity. Then hard disks here at least 4 GB up to 2014, but from 2016 onwards here 6 GB. Again 6 GB is for complete installation. Complete means what? Database engine, IS, RS, EAS, complete installation. Okay, so whereas for database engine, we need almost all 1400 MB, 1500 MB is required only for database engine. If I am not installing analysis services, reporting services, we can use here almost all 1400 MB. Then a SQL native client is required. Here, this native client is required to establish communication between the client and server machines. And by default, remember this native client is installed automatically once we install SQL Server first time. First time, basically it is installed only one time, native client. Then Windows PowerShell is required. Generally, actually remember PowerShell is Windows scripting language. By using this scripting languages, also we can automate various tasks actually. So By default, Windows PowerShell comes along with OS, no need to install separately. .NET Framework 3.5 or higher version. Basically say like in the .NET Framework also comes along with OS. If I go to Control Panel, Programs, turn Windows features on off. By default here it is blank like this. Okay, so if I choose here, okay, so it enables .NET Framework. Means internet connectivity should be there. It is enabled. Then setup support files. These are the temporary files which are copied in the system drive. Setup support files, uh, which are automatically deleted after installation. Then we need some Windows services should be installed. Say WMI, DTC, RPC, Windows services. These also comes along with OS. Then Internet Explorer is required 6.0 with SP1 or higher version. Internet Explorer. Not not compulsory any browser. We can see here complete requirements. We can check here. Version 15 means what? 15.0, which is 2019 versions here. 15.0 version. We have to understand here very basic prerequisites are there to install SQL Server. Right. So again, I will show you custom installation. I will show you in the tomorrow's class. After that, we'll go to module 2. We'll start with. But after custom installation, I will discuss some FAQs. We'll discuss of this module 1. Then we'll go with the module 2 in the tomorrow's class. Right. So if any queries are there, please type in the chat panel. Compulsory today. I will discuss with our office people. I will share you the material by taking your email IDs. Then we have, if you have other questions, are there anything, please type in the chat panel. We'll continue again tomorrow.